So let's call it quits because I've had it. Thank you, darling.
So it's kind of a little channel update. I know I've been uploading videos, but I haven't been really discussing the status of the channel. So, pardon me, I'm using gum to get the popcorn husks out of my teeth. So, yeah, I was, watching videos and scrolling. It was a rainy day, didn't really do anything. I've noticed a pattern of a lot of the videos that I'm doing of outdoor stuff now are only getting one view, where like a year ago, any walk through the woods or anything else would get, 10 to 20 views. Most of the views I get, from what I understand, are not from subscribers. That's kind of the given. You hear everybody saying, oh, well, if you check the thing and it shows you X percentage. And yeah. So today I'm watching videos. I get the inspiration to make the videos that I've uploaded prior to this, which is the long form and short versions of Trump farting as he walks out on the interview with Kirsten Welker. And I had a lot of fun making it. The sound bites are from an old video from a couple years back of there was a channel that would switch back and forth between AI Joe Rogan and AI Trump. And you could send prompts. And if the Discord community weren't complete assholes about it, then your stuff would get through. And so I had a few good ones that I got made. And I've actually, the playlists are unlisted right now. But if you search up the kiosk AI Trump or the kiosk AI Rogan, especially based skin lore would be one you could search for. Be a storyline told through AI of David Goggins stealing Ben Shapiro's epidermis. But so there was a couple of funny ones I put together that were Trump commissioned a fart gun, and then a second video where Kanye stole the fart gun and Trump was asking for it back. And so that's all I needed to make the sound bites for this video. So I did the thing, had the fun with it. The video that I did of the Angine de Poitrine playlist update got a surprising number of views. Now, it could have got a lot more, obviously, as well. But, it's up to like 44 views, like right off the bat. Like, okay, cool. So people are searching. This is coming up. They're seeing it. All right, cool. The short video for the walking out and farting racked up 1,200 views in less than an hour and then capped. It just stopped. I've got a listed 12 views last I checked on the long form of the video. 5 or 6 of those are actually me going back and forth checking on whether subtitles are on and rewatching it for that. And it gains extra views and kind of grinds it out in. But at the same time, when you look at a video like that, not every video is in that way, but any of the ones that have managed to get up a few, I've probably gone through a couple of times. And eventually it may take those numbers off, but it's not the same as like, videos that have been up for a year and all of a sudden there's, -2. The only thing I can think is if they delete someone's account, they delete every instance of a view that person gave on a video, which is kind of weird if you think about it, to pull those views, after the fact. But that's the only thing I can come up with other than the numbers just being bullshit, like made up. And I can't prove that. I don't know. I can just say that the YouTube studio on my phone tells me that everything is just at average and slightly up on a couple spots, and it's always telling me this shit. And remember, in the 666 subscriber special over a week ago, I have not gained a single subscribe. No, I think I gained one. I'm up to 663. And with 1,200 views, 13 likes, within an hour, 0 subscriptions. You're going to tell me that the only people that saw that were already subscribed, and that of 1,200 people that viewed it, not a one of them clicked that button? Okay, sure, whatever. Moving on. So I'm watching all this stuff go down, and I get onto my YouTube studio to kind of track and see what's going on. See if anything's coming up. Didn't get a copyright on the interview footage or anything like that. And so I'm like, I haven't been really through the studio in a while. They changed stuff again. So I'll, popping through the different tabs and whatever. It's actually far less functional than it used to be. And I find the thing that says that I've still got a community guidelines warning for medical misinformation for a video from over 2 years ago. Now, I went back and watched a bit of the video, and I kind of remember what it was about. And the irony is, everything I state in that video is factually accurate, but it's not. They blocked it. It's this video is not available to view due to community strike, info whatever. So I had a warning on there from 2 years ago that was still there on this video, which they're not showing people either. And I had appealed it at the time, and it wouldn't. It was just auto denied because they don't want to hear about it, and that's. I had some videos I was going to try and do yesterday that I couldn't quite get it off the ground. And it was basically about interviewers, members of the press like Kristen Welker, the way they argue with the president. Now, it's one thing to say about speaking truth to power or whatever kind of thing, but they're straight up arguing. This is not an interview. This is an argument. This is, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where somebody you're totally not in a relationship with tries to pull some fucking girlfriend argument fight shit on you. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. There's none of the benefits present to put me in a position to even want to put up with this shit. Why are you bringing it like this? That's how she is in this interview. She's like, but they said, no, but it's perfectly normal. That's this. And the gist of the videos I couldn't get off the ground is that kind of behavior is an indication of actual crypto fascism. It's what it is. So anyway, speaking of crypto fascism, I had a video that was 100% factual, made no outlandish claims, said nothing that wasn't backed by science at the time, and published science, not fringe science. Large sample sizes and random control tests were done. And even now, 2 years later, enough information is out that you can freely talk about the things that I talked about in that video without catching any kind of a misinformation warning. But this video is still, from 2.5 years ago, still just blocked. And it's like I get automatically hit with a warning or whatever that I can generally pretty easily appeal when it comes to I make fun of people who are of the flat earth belief. And for some reason, it always thinks that I am in favor of that erroneous belief, even though I'm clearly stating in the video that I am against that erroneous belief. And it's kind of a similar thing where it's like, if you can tell that I'm talking about it and I go to a simple review and it says, oh yeah, so supposedly what I was saying in this video was going against the advice of authoritative government, local or whatever sources. The egregious, as they say, they say egregious misinformation spreading that can cause egregious harm or whatever. So all I was talking about was the fact that I had said no in the past to the thing on your face and the thing in your blood. And that the reasons I got off of social media had to do with getting into these stupid, pointless arguments with people who, from what their qualifications are, should know better. They were claiming that they knew better, but they couldn't back it up. And I would say, okay, what do you say to this? And they're like, I don't need to read that. And it's like, okay, but you're saying about the science. I'm showing you the science, and you're saying I'm wrong. I'm saying you're wrong because you're not reading the science. And then I get the accusation on the platform that my content is in violation of policy because I'm medical misinformation or anti-science about something, when I am presenting peer-reviewed, solid, back-upable science, falsifiable results. You would think it would be able to automatically scan the content and say, oh, it turned out he was actually right. But the thing is, even doing that and then making it visible or just removing automatically that strike or warning or whatever would be too close to an admission of being wrong. And they can't allow that, obviously. So there was an option which was probably there before, and is out of pride I refused to take. And now that it's been 2 years later, and I'm like, maybe if I get this thing removed, the warning is pulled, I got 90 days that if I don't catch any kind of an issue, I don't have to worry about anything, it'll come off or whatever. Maybe my content is getting squelched by that as well. But the thing is even before that, it was getting squelched. I've actually had more channel growth since that has occurred than the entire time before that occurred. That's the weird part about it. So, yeah, I don't know. But they capped a video that could have gone viral. I don't see what the problem is. It's clearly marked with AI. I used an AI to generate the words that were then edited in by me personally. And then I used literally 2 steps of description with ChatGPT to get the cover photos. Because first I just was like, I just want a green flatulence cloud emanating from him and wafting around her as he walks away. And it was like, this is copyrighted. And I said, okay, take that picture, make it a comic book image with the green flatulence. And it made the little 3-frame. And I said, cool, now can you remove the words from the word bubbles from the top one? And it took all the word bubbles out and just did the one picture, which ends up being the other part. So then I used CapCut to put it together because I don't need AI to do half of the stuff. I just don't have the facility or the means, but it can do that. And I've got X number of free prompts before it says we can't make any more pictures till tomorrow, same time. Simple stuff. I get it done. I'm doing it like everybody else is doing it. There it goes. Boom, out. And it zooms, bro. If it had kept up with what it was supposed to, just based on the initial trend of it, that would be, I'd probably be up to 5,000 views on that thing by now. And it could just keep going because people will be like, hey, this is getting 5,000 views in the last 2 hours. Let's show it to a few more people, see if they want to share it out. Maybe it goes around social media. People have a good chuckle about Trump having a really wet fart. And that's the moment that the microphone pops on the floor. Would have been great. Would have been amazing. I'd have a video that got over fucking 5,000 views in the first 3 years of it being online. The only videos I have that are above that are ones that have been out for years and years and years that just have a vague random topic like fixing a PO300 code on my truck, replacing a headlight panel under the bumper on my car. Those things have managed to get fairly high. And other than that, nothing. And everything else ends up being, roundabouts 1,000. So it's like instead of 1K, it's a 1.2. That extra 200 views is what it got beyond what they throttled it at. Couldn't stop it. But then after that, nothing. Nothing. It's wild. It's totally wild. I got nothing else. That's just been the update. Thank you for listening to me, bitch. Neat.